Hyde Park, the best hood in Upland.
Hyde Park,
got it locked from La Brea to Venice Ave.
Hyde Park,
so come round here with respect, or you might get a shuriken to your neck, or a roundhouse kick to the face. The ninjas don't play. Stacking the upex from all the treasure we're hunting. Dragons keep the properties coming. Newcomers get help and they love it. Giveaways all the time and we love it. UFC NFL where we rumble. Race track in the hood got constructed. Hyde Park is stunning. If you don't agree, then you can go. The best hood in Upland. Yeah,
Hyde Park,
got it locked from La Brea to Venice Ave.
Hyde Park,
so come round here with respect, or you might get a shuriken to your neck, or a roundhouse kick to the face. The ninjas don't play. Hyde Park, the best hood in Upland.
Hyde Park,
got it locked from La Brea to Venice Ave.
Hyde Park,
so come round here with respect, or you might get a shuriken to your neck, or a roundhouse kick to the face. The ninjas don't play. Stacking the upex from all the treasure we're hunting. Dragons keep the properties coming. Newcomers get help and they love it. Giveaways all the time and we love it. UFC NFL where we rumble. Race track in the hood got constructed. Hyde Park is stunning. If you don't agree, then you can go. The best hood in Upland. Yeah,
Hyde Park,
got it locked from La Brea to Venice Ave.
Hyde Park,
so come round here with respect, or you might get a shuriken to your neck, or a roundhouse kick to the face. The ninjas don't play. Hyde Park, the best hood Upland.
Hyde Park,
got it locked from La Brea to Venice Ave.
Hyde Park,
so come round here with respect, or you might get a shuriken to your neck, or a roundhouse kick to the face. The ninjas don't play. Stacking the upex from all the treasure we're hunting. Dragons keep the properties coming. Newcomers get help and they love it. Giveaways all the time and we love it. UFC NFL where we rumble. Race track in the hood got constructed. Hyde Park is stunning. If you don't agree, then you can go. The best hood in Upland. Yeah,
Hyde Park,
got it locked from La Brea to Venice Ave.
Hyde Park,
so come round here with respect, or you might get a shuriken to your neck, or a roundhouse kick to the face. The ninjas don't play. Ninjas. Hyde Park, the best hood in Upland.
Hyde Park,
Got it locked from La Brea to Vanessa Ave.
Hyde Park,
So come round here with respect, or you might get a shuriken to your neck, or a roundhouse kick to the face. The ninjas don't play. Stacking the UPEX from all the treasure we're hunting. Dragons keep the properties coming. Newcomers get help and they love it. Giveaways all the time and we love it. UFC and NFL where we rumble.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. This is the SE Kicker and the KO Ninja coming at you, and we've got episode 4 today of the greatest martial arts ever. So sorry for the late start there. Did you ever have a morning where you got to the coffee pot and all the Ninjava was gone? Somebody drank the last bit of it and didn't make more. I can't believe it. So I got down there and there
That's a
was no
bad
coffee.
scenario.
It's like mass panic. Oh man, we had a long week, great weekend. It was fun. We got to get on Sunday before the Bills Eagles game. Didn't go quite the way I wanted to. It was an interesting game. Another
That was a
topic for
rough
another day, but
that was a rough one.
yeah. So we've got to pretty much win out to even have a chance to be in it. So we'll see what happens. So there was some interesting officiating, but some different calls. But we still lost.
Yep.
If it's that close, it could go any other way. So
it wasn't great on either end.
no.
Ninjava to Norway 2024. Yeah, might be able to make something happen there, Laban.
Yeah, Laban, that sounds like a business opportunity. We'll have to hook up, see what we can do there. So, all right.
Well, we are wrapping up our 4th episode, the last episode of the greatest martial artist of all time. That's not our list; it's a random list on the internet that we're going that we're going through and enjoyed. I've learned some new names for sure, and brought up some very well known names, and had some great conversations. So, you ready to jump into the first one?
Yeah, and did we have any updates? I know we were out last Thursday. I can't remember if we did updates on Sunday. Do we have any updates for
Yeah,
the
we did.
community?
We did on I guess that was last Tuesday. We did.
Okay. All right. I guess we can jump right into it then.
So I think we were talking about this, where number 5 here. Oh, there's me.
There's you again. Let's see.
So we were talking that Bruce Lee had not come up yet in the list, and
There we go.
today, there we go. Today he is the first one that we are chatting about. So
So
we knew
he's
for.
number 5.
I don't think this list is in any particular order,
Okay.
to be honest. I don't see why. I don't know how you rank them, first of
Yeah.
all. And then it does. I don't see any particular order. Maybe the writer did. It didn't say that he did. Um, but anyway. But yeah. So Bruce Lee, one of the just huge in the media and movie industry, and really brought martial arts on the screens and to the masses. Um, and just did amazing stuff for martial arts. So I mean, we could probably do like 10 episodes just on Bruce Lee
Oh, I
alone
know.
with everything that he's accomplished.
Yeah, Bruce Lee was, man, he just brought martial arts to the forefront without a doubt. I know I got into martial arts right after watching one of his movies. I'd watched several of his movies, and then there was a particular one that came out, was called, what was the name of that movie? It actually had Jean-Claude Van Damme in it. I think it was his first movie that he was ever in. I keep wanting to say Best of the Best, but it wasn't Best of the Best.
I'm looking up his movies right now. See how many movies he was actually in.
No Retreat, No Surrender, the first one. I remember
Okay.
seeing that when I think I was in like middle school, and we watched that movie, me and my best buddy, and we went out and checked out martial arts schools that day. So
Wow.
first school we checked out was a Tai Chi school, which, being younger guys, that wasn't our speed. And then we went to another Kung Fu school called the Golden Dragon, and that's where we ended up training. So,
Hmm. It's just a random fact. Some stuff from Bruce Lee. This is one. Bruce Lee once performed a kick so fast it had to be slowed down by editors for fear it would look like it was sped up.
wow.
Of course, this is uh, a different time of editing and filming. Um, so I'm sure the equipment wasn't quite what it is today.
Yeah, I have heard that
Uh,
several times that they've had to slow down his kicks to catch it on film.
yeah, that's pretty crazy. One of the quotes, he has so many quotes that he was famous for. This particular website I'm looking at, they have absorb what is useful, discard what is not, add what is uniquely your own.
Hmm.
That's one of his quotes.
I like that. I don't think I've ever heard that one actually.
Yeah, I haven't either actually. I do like that one. His salary for the Fist of Fury in 1972. Take a guess at what his salary was for that
Minus
movie.
$100.
He actually got paid $7,500
Wow.
in 1972 uh,
That was
for
filmed
Fist of.
in China, wasn't it?
That I'm not sure. That I'm not sure.
I know he came over to the States trying to get into movies, and I think it didn't work out at first. He actually had pitched the storyline of what was the storyline? It was the one that David Carradine actually got the part for, called Kung Fu.
Mm.
I believe that was Bruce Lee's idea, and was kind of, I don't want to say stole from him, but it sounds like that's kind of what the case was, because he was of Asian descent. So they wouldn't allow him to play. And I think even with there was a show out in the old days called The Green Hornet. I don't know if you've ever seen that. The Green Hornet with Kato. Even within that program that they created, he had to wear a mask because he was of Asian descent.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's interesting. So he definitely brought martial arts to the forefront of the big screen. And man, he had to fight really hard to do it. It sounded like, and listening to a lot of those stories. And I think at one point he had actually went back to China, and that's where he filmed some of the other movies to get a start, and then ended up back in the States and doing some movies here.
Yeah, I'm looking at just his movies that he was in. He was actually in a movie in 1941
Wow,
as an infant. So he's literally been in the movie business that long since he was a kid. Um,
that's crazy.
and then he was looks like he was in other um, movies as a child in the 40s and 50s. Um, and the first one that okay, you've got the Big Boss. Uh, I have just seen. I have not watched that all the way through in Fist of Fury.
Hmm.
Of course, you have The Way of the Dragon. That one is very famous. I do like that one. That was in 1972 when The Way of the Dragon came out. The Big Boss was 1971, along with Fist of Fury. Fist of Fury was also 1972.
Hmm.
Uh, Enter the Dragon, 1973. Green
Yep.
Hornet, 1974.
Okay. Enter the Dragon. That was the one that had Chuck Norris in it.
Yes. Yeah. Um, so just a slew of movies here. Now he's in video games, a ton of documentaries. The latest documentary was actually in 2022, Bruce Lee, The Way of the Warrior. I need to look that. I don't know if I've seen that one.
I don't know if I've seen that. I've seen most of his movies. There's can't be many that I haven't seen over the years. at least parts of.
Well, this was just a documentary done on him.
Hmm.
So I'd like to. There's a 2021 on the ESPN's 30 for 30.
Hmm.
Um, so I need to go
I
find
have to
those. I
see
don't think
that one.
I've
I don't know if I've seen that one. You've seen The Dragon, right?
his movies.
Yeah, Bruce Lee the
Uh,
Dragon.
Bruce Lee. I've seen
It's kind
Enter
of
the
like his
Dragon.
life story.
I don't know if I've seen the Dragon. I've seen
That
Enter the
one's
Dragon.
worth watching. That showed him, starting out in martial arts and some of the things he went through, and it also showed when he had the spine injury and how he came back from that.
Mm,
And it showed some of the struggle with the masters from China that didn't want them teaching to the Americans. Some
mm.
of the struggles he went through with, I believe, the Chinese mafia. I'm not sure who controlled all that.
Crazy, crazy time.
Yeah.
The martial art that he created was JKD, Jeet Kune Do. Um, if you guys aren't familiar with that, um, the website. He mastered kung fu and was able to do incredible things, such as knocking an opponent out with the 1 inch punch. Yeah, I think of the famous 1 inch punch clips, as well as like the 2 finger push-ups, uh, stuff like that you've seen him do, um, which are just incredible. Have you ever tried the 1 inch punch on a
I
board?
have demoed that for board breaking at ceremonies before. It's been a while, actually.
It's harder than people think,
It is. If there's
and a lot of
no
people want to
pullback at all, it's very hard.
cheat a little bit. They want to pull that hand back just
Yep.
a couple few inches, and it has to go right from the
Point A to
fingertips on the
point B.
board.
Yep.
Uh, and then the 2 finger push-ups. That you've seen him do that?
That's hard. Have you ever tried it?
I I'm too scared.
Yeah.
I feel like my fingers are gonna break.
Yeah.
So the 2 fingers, I get like fingertips and stuff, but not just 2 fingers. Have you been able to do it?
No, I cheated. I had 2 fingers, but I had to use my knuckles. The
Yeah, yeah. I
other
could.
three
The
fingers. Yeah,
knuckles
it
are a
was
little
pretty
safer.
painful.
Um. So, anyway, Bruce Lee, the man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah, 100%.
Um. Yeah, just absolutely a pioneer for martial arts. Number 4, going on down the list, is Yip Man, the founder of Wing Chun or Wing Chun.
Win Chun. Win Chun.
Okay, maybe a typo right here. Because it just says Wing CHU Chu, but I feel like
Oh,
that's
that's
that'd
definitely
be
a typo. It's Win Chun.
that. Yeah, that's what I thought. And former teacher to Bruce Lee, he once effectively defeated 10 Japanese martial artists during the World War years. Many of his students went on to share their knowledge, expanding Master Yip's influence in China and beyond. What's
So, have you
your
seen any of the Win Chun or Ip Man movies?
all right, I get blasted for this one often because I've seen the first one and then some of the second one and then that's it. And I honestly just haven't watched movies probably in the last like 10 years very much. Um,
You'll have some catching up to do next week when you've got some
I
downtime.
I will have plenty of downtime and I think that I will uh, definitely be doing some catching up because that's one I hear people absolutely love them and so I definitely need to catch up on
It really
some
does
of
show
those.
the incredible hand speed when you watch those movies. And I enjoyed all the movies. I've seen every one of the Ip Mans, some of them 2 or 3, 4 or 5 times, just because I love watching them. And when we started to dive into the Hyde Park Ninja game that we're creating, one of the uh, one of the inspirations was the villages within Foshan, within the movies, and that is kind of where some of that thought process came from, was watching that the villages and how they were set up. So it's a really a good movie, and it shows some of the old school, old time training where they didn't always train in nice dojongs like we have today. You know, they were out kind of not in the wilderness, but out, you know, in the open, basically training on dirt and grass, gravel, whatever they had to train in their yard. So it was a little bit different training.
Mm.
But Ip Man was definitely a legend. I can't remember which episode of Ip Man, which movie it was, but they did show him fighting against 10 Japanese martial artists, and this was right around the World War times, and he defeated 10 Japanese soldiers in one fight.
Wow.
And I can't remember if it was the first one or the second one. For some reason, I'm thinking it might be the second one, but I'm not positive.
Interesting.
And then
That's pretty crazy.
there was the one up the one movie as well. I forgot which one of the series it was, but they showed the old school where the two masters were fighting on the table, and they had the incense burning, and they had to stay balanced on a table as they fought. And it was Ip Man fighting against it was the master of Hungar Kung Fu at that time.
Mm.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, so I've fought one person at a time, for real, and then in mixed martial arts, and then we've practiced against some 2-on-1 in class, just some more like, you know, it's tough training, but it's, you know, more fun training and safe.
Yeah.
And then we've done some like 3-on-1, just a little bit.
Mhm.
Never 10-on-1.
Yeah. 10-on-1 is quite the feat.
That's, I mean, man, just handling one other person is crazy. You got 10
2-on-1
people
is
coming,
quite the feat, let alone 10. I mean,
and it's exhausting.
oh yeah.
Uh, just fighting two people or sparring two people, 2-on-1. It is you know, after 60 seconds, I think most people would be uh pretty pretty shocked as to how much it takes out of you. Um,
Yeah,
just
what
to manage your.
people don't realize is it's not just the physical part of it. You know, your brain is firing constantly, and it really does exert so much energy.
Interesting right here. He died on December 2nd, 1972, laryngeal cancer, 7 months before the death of Bruce Lee,
Yep.
his most famous student. So I didn't realize they passed so close together
Very,
there.
very close. Yeah.
Interesting.
And he was Ip Man was a big smoker.
I
Did
didn't
you
know
say he
that.
died of lung cancer?
Laryngeal cancer, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Interesting. So another legend there in the martial arts. Um, I don't know if I can say his name. Huo Huan Jia. Um, to be honest, have you heard of him? I have not.
I actually have not.
Um, considered a hero in China for defeating foreign rivals, and because he never lost a single match, he was a master in wushu. Um,
I've not heard of him.
now I'm trying to look him up here. It's kind of rare that neither of us have.
I
Usually
don't know
one
if
of us
I've
has heard of him.
seen him portrayed in movies and just don't, you know, I just don't recognize the name. I know one of the big names that comes up, you know, in the movies as portrayed along many years back was Wang Fei Hung. You know, super popular, and he was actually within the lineage of the kung fu that I studied under Grandmaster Wang. He was in that same lineage way before. But that's one of the more popular that comes up in the movies. This one, I can't remember hearing this one. It's possible that, you know, that maybe there was something in a movie that I'm just forgetting.
He was born January 18th, 1868. Uh,
1868. Okay.
1868, and then he passed August 9th, 1910.
Wow.
So what is that? 70, 30, 40, 42 years old. Yep.
And it was
So
Wushu Mizongi.
just trying to get some quick facts here. He died at the age of 42.
Wow, very young.
Yeah, trying to get some quick facts about him is kind of hard in this article. But
It might be pretty hard to find stuff on him, considering we haven't really heard of him. There must not be a lot of stuff out there.
yeah, I'll have to dig deeper into that one. Um, and learn some more. So, all right, we are moving on to Mas Oyama. It's said he's able to kill bulls with his bare hands. Seriously, there's a video and everything.
Wow.
He founded the full contact karate, also known as Kyokushin karate, and he's probably the strongest karate master in the world. I guess he's known for being strong. He
Apparently.
said it like
Wow.
said it like 4 times in 2 sentences. Um, Interesting. So I know the name. I haven't studied much about him. How about yourself?
No, not at all. I've never heard of him. Yeah, he must be a strong dude if he's killing bulls with his bare hands.
Killing bulls with his bare hands, and then it says in parentheses, seriously, there's a video and everything. I might have to go do some digging. I don't.
God, that's
Um,
crazy.
why is he out there killing
I wouldn't
a
be
bull?
out
Like,
there
is
with a
he?
bull, let alone fighting against one.
I was gonna say, is he being attacked by the bull, and is it out of self-defense? He go picking fights with bulls? We don't know. I have to find this
Just shows
video.
up to the local rodeo, takes on the bulls.
Yeah. Um, that's funny. Founded the full contact karate, Kyokushin karate. That's very, very popular martial art there.
And I have heard of him. I do not know anything about him. I do know I've heard that name though come up.
Let's see when Masoyama. Let's see. So he was all right, so he was born in 1923 and he lived till 1994. He was a South Korean karate master who founded Kyokushin karate. He was considered the first and most influential style of full contact karate. Hmm. He was Korean. He did spend most of his life in Japan.
Hmm.
He even acquired Japanese citizenship.
Wow.
Hmm. Interesting. So yeah, I'll have to uh, go read and study a little bit more about him as well.
That's
And
weird too that he grew. You said he spent some time in Japan.
he spent most of his life in Japan.
Hmm.
Yeah, even though he was Korean. All right, and our last one on the list, really,
Oh, Wong Fei Hung.
well, yeah, we were just talking about him.
Wow. Okay.
And the last five on this list today, it seems like the other episodes we had some more like modern faces and names, um, and people that that would recognize even if you're not in martial arts. Today was really, I guess, Bruce Lee and I guess Yip Man, or IP Man, but those are extremely well known. But these last three are really um, just more of your founders, and like even before the movies and before all that stuff, they were putting the work in and teaching people like Bruce Lee and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So with Wong Fei Hung, you've got portrayed by Bruce Lee. That's what you were talking about, I believe.
Yep.
In the 36th Shaolin Temple, he was the true Chinese folk hero. He was considered an expert in the Hung Ga style of Chinese martial arts. He used shadowless kicks and was an expert of using weapons such as wushu swords and likewise. Um, what is a shadowless kick? I'm
I'm not
not.
familiar with that term. Actually, I've never heard that term. Interesting that spelling on Hunga. I believe it's Hungar.
Okay,
Maybe
as
it's
I was
just the
saying it.
pronunciation. Now I've seen that. I've seen it spelled a number of different ways over the years, to be honest. So I don't
Okay,
know. Our instructor spelled it Hungar. I've also seen it Ghar. Um, but that was definitely one of the styles that I'd started with was Hungar Kung Fu, and there was some variations of Toitgar as well. And Grandmaster Wong was out of the lineage somewhere of Wong Fei Hung.
mm.
Wong Fei Hung being, way before him.
As I was saying it, I was in my head. Hungar is how I'd always
Yeah,
said it and seen it written. So I don't know if it there was a typo earlier in the article, so I don't know if there's another typo.
someone
Um,
doesn't like their R's.
yeah. He's most famous for defeating a group of 30 armed military men on the docks of
30
Guangzhou
armed. Wow.
with just a wooden spear.
Hmm.
As for his heroic status, the legends and myths surrounding events in his life are difficult to discern from facts. I just looked up a Wikipedia definition of the shadowless kick, also known as the no shadow kick or ghost shadow kick, is a martial arts kicking technique in the Hungar repertoire. It was made famous by Wang Fei Hung. Uh, so this is on Wikipedia.
Hmm.
Um, let's see. In fiction, the shadowless kick or no shadow kick has often been depicted in fiction. It's presented as a simple but blindingly fast kick in which the upper body, head, and arms remain stationary while the kick is performed, leaving the opponent unaware of the incoming strike. So,
Hmm.
a fancy way of saying not telegraphing
Yeah.
his kick. Let's see. Other fictional depictions of the shadowless kick show it as a chain of kicks where the attacker strikes his target many times before landing.
So like a
Um,
repeat kick, basically.
yeah, and there, uh, I have sparred some. It's difficult to do well. We've bring up Wonder Boy Thompson quite a bit, but he does it well. And there was this lady I sparred growing up, um, and man, you could I could not at that time get past her leg. She could just she's so powerful and strong and flexible with it. And when you practice and develop that skill, it's extremely difficult to get around.
Yeah.
It was never one of my strengths to do that. I've always been more of a puncher.
If they have a really strong kick and really great balance, it is difficult. You really have to jam in and go around the leg the best you can.
Yeah, she would do, yeah, 4, 5, 6, 7 kicks,
Yeah.
and just like beat you up with it too. They hurt. It was not like little tiny taps. They were powerful. In modern practice, the shadowless kick is somewhat more mundane. In modern practice, it consists of a simultaneous grapple or distraction with the hands and a low kick. So just a distraction with a maybe throwing a punch or something up top and then throwing a low kick. So, okay. The shadowless kick. Interesting. I learned a new term today.
Yeah, I actually have not heard that term before within not in my Hungar training anyways.
So I'd like to know the final thoughts of this author here of this article. This list of the best martial artists includes some people you may have heard of and others who are more obscure, but all of them have the fighting credentials to be the best of the best. Consider what qualities make someone a master in your opinion, and then let us know in the comments below. So go ahead. I think this guy did a good job putting this list together. Um, everyone's gonna have their opinions and people that they would take out or implement in, but um,
Yeah, and
I,
you
I
really,
put
I mean, you look at this list, you really can't argue that none of these guys are good because they're all very good.
They're good. They paved the way for what's, what martial arts is today. Um, and so there's probably some more names you could throw in there, but um, and I think they also did a good job of a mix of
Yeah.
uh, current, current martial artists, and then um, some of your older martial artists as well.
Now we were talking about the 1 inch punch, earlier with Bruce Lee. That I think that was actually premiered at the Ed Parker Open way back in the day, and I forget who he demonstrated it on. It was actually someone that had just won the championship, and he was at the event, and he came up as a like an uke for it. It was pretty cool. But that was at one of the Ed Parker classics, or I forget what it was called back in the day. But he used to hold an event, and that's where Bruce Lee had portrayed that.
Oh, and where was that at?
I believe it was out in California.
Mm,
I'm pretty sure. If you, they actually talk about it a little bit in that the movie, the Dragon, the Bruce Lee biography.
okay.
They show some of that, and I can't remember who the fighter was. It was somebody that was either the champion at the time or whatever it was in kickboxing, and he was at that event as well. And he was the one that I think he held a telephone book or he held something against his chest as Bruce Lee did it, and it knocked him clear across the gym into a chair.
Oh, wow. That's pretty crazy.
So, so who, if you had to pick, so we'll do two categories here. If you had to pick who your favorite martial artist off this list was, who would it be? Favorite?
Oh man. Um, all right. Kind of a tough question. And favorite martial artist is in like what they've
So,
done for the art or
so,
their fighting style or
so we'll do two categories. So one would be like their fighting style, and then the second
mm-hmm.
one would be biggest influencer
Okay.
of martial arts. To really bring martial arts to the forefront.
Let me just do a quick. Um, oh man. Uh, I gotta say, my favorite person to watch, I grew up watching him as a teenager and was Lyoto Machida.
Yoda. Okay.
It, and the reason was he brought such a traditional martial arts to the UFC,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of traditional martial arts just get a bad rap sometimes for being effective and things like that, and he stuck to his guns, he stuck to his traditional training, and he won with it. Like he was a champion with it. So, and then obviously now I'm a uh, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner as well, so I did like that. But I just loved how he brought like the traditional Shotokan karate, and it was so different than everybody else at the time. Um, where you had a lot of wrestlers, you had a lot of boxers, Muay Thai fighters, and none of them had that really, really traditional stance.
Mm-hmm.
So I loved it when he was just winning with that traditional stuff. So anyway, that's my pick for that category. What would be yours?
Yeah, I love Machida for a lot of the same reasons you said, as far as being well-rounded. So I guess we're a little bit different age bracket. So I'm probably going to lean more towards old school. I would have to say Wong Fei Hung,
Mm,
as far as like one of my favorite martial artists. Just the stuff that I've seen of him is just
yeah.
unbelievable, and the stuff. And then, not to mention, he's kind of at the top of the helm, in kung fu, and has passed down so much knowledge to a lot of other really great martial artists. Um, were some of them always the best instructors? Maybe not, but man, as far as martial artists, unbelievable, and the talent. So I would have to go with him for my favorite all time martial artist. It's tough because I really, really love Ip Man too.
Mm.
Really enjoy watching him and his, just the hand speed, and Wing Chun is just unbelievable. So he's always been one of my favorite. Yeah,
Nice.
those two would be my. If I could split that spot, I would give half to each of them.
And then what was the other category? Influenced?
Yeah, influencers of martial
Influencer.
arts. Yeah,
Um, it's kind of hard to not go with Bruce Lee
yeah,
on this
I
list. I mean, he
agree.
just did so much. I mean, so did these other guys, but um, yeah, that was just it's hard to deny just how much attention and credibility and just how much he did for the arts. I credit a lot of our careers that we have now to a lot of the stuff that he did and creating the hype and interest in martial arts. I mean, without these people, um, you know, getting people interested on such a mass scale,
Yeah,
um, who it just I don't know, who knows where martial arts would be today, and it's evolved so quickly and so much.
you look at some of the
Most,
students that he had too, right? I mean, they were just extremely popular people, as well, in some of the
mhm.
different people that he's trained. So it really brought martial arts to the forefront, back way back in the day.
And I do feel like right now, in this day and time, the equivalent is in the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It seems like a lot of other martial arts, maybe a little bit of MMA, but that's just a mixture. Um, yeah, like Zuckerberg and things like that, training mixed martial arts and Brazilian
Hmm.
Jiu-Jitsu. But like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is, you see, that's where you see this celebrity training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, this celebrity, um, where I feel like Bruce Lee was doing that back in his time, teaching a lot of celebrities.
Yeah, 60s,
Um,
70s.
but more of the stand-up, Jeet Kune Do and things like that. So now I feel like today's equivalent is the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, where they're, um, it's making headlines. This famous person is training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and things like that. So you don't really see that with like karate or taekwondo or
Mm-mm.
Muay Thai. You don't see that as much in the headlines and
No.
news and stuff like that. It seems to always be drawn towards Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu at least at this time. So that could definitely change. Um,
Yeah, so I think Bruce Lee would be the obvious there. And there's other guys on this list too that, have within the movies and different things have, brought a lot of attention. Even after I started martial arts, Jean-Claude Van Damme came onto the scene and was in a plethora of different movies and really brought a lot of awareness too. But you still Bruce Lee. He's the one, I think.
yeah, yeah. They're just hard to the volume that at which he and the mass scale at which he
And it
was doing
wasn't
stuff.
just in the U.S; it was worldwide too, because he
Yep,
had the movies in China, and I think worldwide he definitely made the biggest impact as far as
I'll jump
awareness.
off.
So, yep.
Um, Oop, just me. There we
Yep.
go. Yeah, no, no, definitely. Well, cool. That was a good list. And so next week we'll start a new series.
Yeah, that was a great list. And I think, we could probably, just looking at all those great martial artists, we could almost do a deep dive on a lot of those, influencers and martial artists and have a really good time and good conversation with that. So let us
And you,
know in chat too, who are your favorite martial artists of all time? What is your favorite style and why? And then is there someone you want us to talk about?
well, I think I might have just thought of if it's not the next episode, at least one in the near future. Um, that whole list was men.
Yeah,
So maybe finding a list of the top female martial artists and their
great idea.
influence,
Great idea.
um, and you know, bringing up a different list for that. So I actually just realized that. So I think we should um, definitely definitely talk about that. If not in the next episode, very soon, very near future.
Yeah, there's a lot of great ones that come to mind too. Women martial artists. You got Shannon Lee, Bruce's daughter. His name didn't come up, but Brandon Lee was a great martial artist too. Died at a young
Mm,
age in the filming of The Crow, I believe, with an
mm-hmm.
accident on scene. And then you've got like Cynthia Rothrock. She was a pioneer in martial arts for women as well. So yeah,
Yeah,
really good names.
let's do that soon, for sure. I think that would be really good.
Awesome. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for our greatest martial artists of all time. So we'll look forward to diving into the next realm of martial arts. Don't forget to join us on Thursday. We have our Thursday stream. We're going to do, I think, a little bit of racing. I know we've got the contest going on in Upland right now, and have a little bit of fun with that. We'll go over some community updates and just chat with the community.
Yeah, that sounds great. We look forward to it. And then next week, hopefully, I am having a uh, procedure done, so hopefully I'll be ready to go on Tuesday. We should be able to make something work.
Yeah, we'll be all right.
Yeah.
Bring you out in the stretcher and legs all propped up and have some fun with it.
Dedicated to the stream.
We'll have to put a little delay just in case the meds are kicking in.
Yeah, or just mute me if I start talking loopy.
Uh,
Yeah, just that's funny.
Awesome. Well,
All
we
right, guys.
have, I think the NFL pick'ems and, congrats to you, KO, too. You won the NFL pick'ems this week.
It's my first
Um,
time.
yeah, I totally missed out with the Thanksgiving Day games starting earlier. It messed me all up and I didn't get my picks in on time. And then, there were no UFC fights last weekend. I believe they do kick back this week though. So watch out for those. I know Dalkstra will be putting those in the Discord. So get your UFC picks in and get a chance to win 10,000 UPICs. So, but everybody have a great day, and we will look forward to seeing you guys back on Thursday afternoon. Take care, and Ninjas out.
Later, guys.